Hello people, welcome back to the Sports Centre YouTube channel. So today we're talking about Manchester City. We're carrying on with the same theme as who needs to buy and in what position. So without further ado, let's get into what I think personally Manchester City need to strengthen their squad to take it into the 2025-2026 season. Now before we get into who wants to go, who I think Man City need in the door, we already know, we know one person that's leaving, that's Kevin De Bruyne. I think there might be a couple, I think there might be a few more others to leave City. John Stones might be one, Bernardo Silva might be another, Edison might be another, and there's a common theme with these names I'm throwing at you right now. These are all players, like mainstay players that have been part of Pep's squad probably for the last, I dare say, 5 years or so, you know. And look, without it being said, these are unbelievable players. Brilliant servants to Manchester City, brilliant servants to the Premier League. But let's not kid ourselves. John Stones is never fit. He struggled to be fit in his prime, given the fact that, you know, he's a few years older now. To me, I don't see him being part of Pep's plans moving forward. Similar sort of thing with Bernardo Silva. He's potentially a world-class player, dare I say it. He's definitely of an elite level. Let's just say that. He's better than a good player. Maybe world-class is questionable, but definitely of that elite level. Again, great servant to the Premier League, great servant to Man City. He's done everything, won everything, but I think his best days are behind him. And then the last name, which I mentioned, was Edison. It's a strange one with this. Me and my dad have this conversation all the time. And Man City fans, if you're watching, let me know in the comments, what was the deal with Edison this season? Now, I know he has his injury problems, but 1 week he was in the team, then he was out of the team, then he's back in the team, then he's out of the team. What was the deal with that? Was Pep just managing his minutes? Was he just rotating to find out who his best number one was? Because let's not mess about. Edison's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. You know, he's up there with Alisson, with Martinez, with Raya. He is one of the best, probably the best when it comes to distribution using his feet. Technically one of the best, if not the best. But yeah, Man City fans, let me know, because I couldn't work it out. Like, what was Pep doing with his goalkeepers towards the back end of the season? I'd love to know. Exactly what he was doing. I couldn't fathom it out. But yeah, personally, I think those players could be out the door. So therefore, Man City players are going to need to bolster their squad even more. And I say even more because if you remember rightly, City brought a handful of players in the January transfer window. Now, to me, and this is only my opinion, I think City will not be competing for the Premier League title next season. This is my opinion. I think that the overhaul that squad and that team needs is far more dramatic than what a lot of people are thinking. And listen, Pep Guardiola is an absolute genius. Let that be said. A fucking genius when it comes to football. The guy's a freak. But is he going to be able to stitch all those players together in time for the first whistle of the Premier League season come August? I'm not so sure personally. And as I say, given the fact that some players will be going out the door, some experienced players that, you know, have been around that dressing room for a long time will be going out the door. Kyle Walker's another one. You know, think about all the experience that he's got along with the others that I've just mentioned. That's a lot of appearances, a lot of legs, a lot of miles in those legs going out of the door. And yeah, I think Pep has got a fair job on his hands to wave that magic wand of his one more time to be able to get that squad competing for the Premier League title. I think he's going to need a goalkeeper. I think he potentially will need a right back. I potentially think he might need a centre-half because obviously he's got Nathan Ake there. He's got Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz has got his injury problems these days. I know he's just signed the young Russian guys. I'm not going to pronounce his name because I'm not going to embarrass myself. But we saw how he bedded into the team last Christmas time, last January time, he had a few rickets in him. I'm sure he'll be a good player, but the Premier League's a beast, and it can chew you up and spit you out and then some. So I think potentially City might need another centre half. I think the midfield is massive, huge. 2 players which I think potentially are definitely going to leave the club. Kevin De Bruyne has already gone, and Gundogan is another one. Bernardo Silva might stay around, but I think those 2 players are gone out of the door. So again, you're going to need a couple of midfield players just to bolster that squad. And don't listen. Let's not beat around the bush. City will be expected to compete on all fronts. 2 domestic cups, Premier League, Champions League. I just don't see a world in which they have got a squad that good to be able to compete. And look, everyone's going to throw, oh, well, we didn't have Rodri last season. I get it. He was the best player in the world at that time. He ain't going to be the same Rodri that got that knee injury that's coming back. Now, I'm telling you now, and I'm speaking from experience here, because Virgil van Dijk, I believe, had the exact same injury. It took him the best part of 12 months. Not just a season on the field, best part of 12 months to get right, to get at his best. And let's have it right. He probably will come back and be that Rodri again, but not straight away, City fans. I'm sorry, but I just don't see a world in which he comes back and he's able to do the things. He's able to get around that pitch and be as mobile as what he once was. It remains to be seen. I could be proved wrong, but yeah, City. I think that midfield, you need some legs in there, because Gundogan, again, who I think is going to be out the door. If he doesn't go out the door, he needs legs around him, because he can't run. Same with Bernardo Silva, he can't run. He needs legs around him. So City are going to need something in that midfield. And then the front line's an interesting one, because you've got Haaland, but if Haaland's out, who's really replacing the goals? Mamouche has come in, but is he an out-and-out number 9? I don't think so. I like him as a player. He's a fucking really good player. But is he the person that's going to kind of get all the goals if Haaland's not playing? I don't know. And listen, on just going about players out the door, another one that springs to mind as well for City, Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish could be another one out the door. So who else is coming on to push Jeremy Doku? And look, for as decent as I think Jeremy Doku is, he is not the answer to Man City's left-hand side. He's not. I'm sorry. He's got pace, he's tricky, but his end product ain't all that. So this is what I'm saying. I think potentially right back, centre half, a couple of midfielders. I know Phil Foden is to kind of slot into that mix somewhere, but Foden plays that kind of like 8/10 role. He's still not the quickest, so you're still going to need legs in and around that area. Up top, left-hand side. Honestly, it's going to be an interesting one this summer for Man City, because I honestly think that all these pundits are saying Man City will be back next season, Man City will be back next season. I don't think they will. I think if anything, Man City could go the other way. Man City could slide even further away from the title. And I'm not saying for 1 minute that they won't be back. They probably will be. But I don't think it'll be as quick as next season. I think there'll be another nitty-gritty season in place for City. Just my prediction. Again, could be wrong. City fans, let me know what you think in the comments below. I think you're in for a tough season. I think you'll be in for a busy summer, but I think a tough season, and I think Pep will have a job on getting all those players gelled together in time for the Premier League. But I'm here to be proved wrong, people, and I've been proven wrong before. I'm all good with that. Yep. Don't forget, leave us a comments in below of places where you think Man City need to strengthen. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button right there. Just there. I'll catch you in a bit.